It's almost time for BFI Flair, and we have 8 contributors, including myself, covering the festival this year. So I thought I'd explain why Obscure covers BFI Flair every year. There are many LGBTQ strands at many of the major festivals, and a lot of these films that end up at Flair sometimes end up on those programs. But one of the things that we love at Obscure is finding the small stuff that was going to get overlooked and being very obnoxiously loud about it. Independent queer film from around the world comes to Flair every year, and it's often the stuff that ends up being kind of the art house underground stuff. I find art house underground queer film really entertaining. It's far more entertaining than general art house to me, even though, I live and die by art house film. Queer art house film often dictates the next 20 or 30 years of culture. It is the kind of stuff that builds the bedrock of pop culture, and will often be the stuff that is the most likely to break through into the mainstream out of nowhere. When I think about Obscure's mission of highlighting art house film, BFI Flair stands out specifically as the most accessible access point for us here in London to actually find that stuff before it becomes an arbiter, a wind veil of culture. Does it mean that sometimes we will be recommending films that you may not get to access for like a year and a half? Yes. So like, for instance, we were covering Departures at BFI Flair last year. It comes out in cinemas April this year. But I also love that long tail. I love being able to find those gems, right, at the festival, watch them grow through the year, watch them find their audience through the year, and then help them push when it's time to go to cinemas. That's what BFI Flair also does incredibly well, is finding those films that are going to end up having bigger and bigger release. It is also an amazing avenue of scouting talent. Like, every year we open up our contributor base and we go, hey, would you like to cover Flair with us? Submit your stuff and we'll let you know. And I send the call out not just publicly on our socials, but also through our contributor base itself, and say, if you know anybody that would like to cover Flair with us this year, let me know. And we have discovered some of the coolest writers in London this way. This year, other than me, 7 other people are covering the festival, and their work, these are the kinds of people I'm going to come back to throughout the year when we get bigger assignments and we get bigger films we want to cover, because their perspectives are so rich and interesting, and I would have never met them if I had not put the call out for Flair. A lot of really cool art house queer film for in your noggin.